I believe the biggest healing aspect of yoga is the self-study, that our practice is really about living in our daily world. Yoga practice allows us to witness where we choose to hurt ourselves and why. Where do we give up and why? Where do we push through and why? How do we go into, maintain, and come out of a pose? These reflect and mirror our relationships with people, jobs, ideas. When we use yoga as a mirror, we may see behaviors or patterns or reflections of ourselves that may be harmful to ourselves or others. No one wants to suffer, but suffering is a natural occurrence in life. Simply experiencing change can cause suffering, unless we use change to help us grow. Gardening is a great analogy for growing ourselves. We each have all the seeds within us for glory or defeat, hope and despair, for courage and fear, compassion and anger. Under the right conditions, anything will grow. And if we forget to tend the garden, it will sprout weeds that eventually will choke off the fruits that nourish us. But there are weeds that are useful and necessary to support the health of the garden and of our bodies. Dandelions detoxify the ground, and they detoxify our livers. But uncontrolled, they'll take over a field in no time. It's unreasonable to think that we can tend a garden once and never have to tend to it again. Just as it's unreasonable to think that we can overcome anger once and never have to tend to that again. Yoga is the union of mind, body, and spirit, and its goal is sustenance and transformation of what was closed off and tight to something that is open and supple. Whether for the body, the mind, or the spirit, yoga may be utilized by anyone to heal suffering mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. A symbol of yoga is the flower of the lotus. The lotus can only grow from the muck in life, but from the muck arises a perfect flower, unfolding with each transformation, shedding outer layers that are no longer necessary. The lotus is continuously blooming. Awareness of the self allows us to continue to bloom throughout the hardships in our life that happen to bring suffering. Letting our mind feel what's happening in the body during joy or sadness, courage or fear, pain or relief. All of this allows us to experience life more fully and find enjoyment and wonder in life and all it has to offer. At the end of each practice, I offer gratitudes. I give thanks for the breath, and thanks for the practice, and thanks for your presence. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining us on our discovery of yoga and how it can be incorporated into your daily life to reduce suffering and continuously grow the garden of ourselves.